Thathia is working that story for us. Dasen, this is a despicable failure, some would argue, that's led to deaths.
That's right, Shahan. In fact, you remember that initially this whole issue of the radiotherapy machines was something that was meant to improve the lives of cancer patients, because back in 2010, when those machines were bought for about 120 million rand, those were 2 machines, that was meant to reduce the waiting period, the time taken for these patients to receive that radiotherapy treatment. But that didn't last very long. And one of the reasons for that is because the maintenance contract was messed up shortly afterwards. There was a non-payment, and that's how the maintenance of these machines stopped. But after that, it got worse, because the department then got in a different company to fix one of the machines, and we're told that that damaged it even further. And now we're in a situation where a new machine altogether has to be bought. We're told that that should happen at some point this year. But Shahan, we've been talking for most of the morning about the department and about all of these things that have gone wrong with the machines and the fact that oncologists are leaving. But there's also this other very, very serious issue, and that's the issue of patients and those people that are experiencing these delays and these challenges on the ground. Some have passed away. We've been trying to get numbers as to exactly how many patients have passed away as a result of this. But that's hard to come by because the department is not really releasing those figures. But Shahan, I'm here in this boardroom. I'm actually at the workplace of Jacqueline Luke, who's the sister. Her sister Annie passed away last year after suffering from cancer for just a few months. And I just want to bring her into this conversation as well. Jacqueline, thanks for taking the time to speak to us here while you're at work. I understand that your sister's ordeal was something that was very traumatic for your family, but you were saying to me that you felt that it could have been handled better by the health department.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think it should be handled much better. If only she had gotten treatment on time, my sister would have had a chance of survival even longer.
What were the challenges that she experienced? She said she was diagnosed the year before last, and she eventually passed away in April. During that time, and during that time that she needed treatment, what were the challenges that she faced?
Whenever she went to, I think it was Addington Hospital, they'd said to her that the machines were broken. And then they were giving her another waiting date, was like 3 months. By the time she had to come back and go back again, something else was wrong. So in all the times that she was up and down, there was no treatment. She was just sent to and fro.
What did that do to her, though? Because it's a very difficult diagnosis to deal with, firstly, and then have to deal with all of these other issues around it. How did it affect her as a person?
She was weakening day by day. She was getting worse. And, and it was sad as family that every day we go to visit her in hospital to see her just like weakening and weakening. She was getting bad.
What were the reasons that were being given to Annie at the time when she was being sent back and forth? I mean, was there any valid reason? Was there any plan put in place to ensure that she could get this treatment?
No, nothing. There was no plan put in place. It was just that they've given her a date. You go to the hospital. When she goes there, she waits the whole day, no treatment because the machines are broken. Then Stanger Hospital hadn't prepped her. They haven't sent in the documentation with her. It's been like numerous times where she was to and fro with that excuse.
But I understand that the family has still been trying to work with other advocacy groups and so on to ensure that this doesn't continue. How's that fight going?
We're still trying. We're keeping up that fight, in the name of Annie for the fellow cancer patients. We are trying very hard.
What do you think the problem is, Jacqueline? Why do you think that the KZN Health Department is in such a state of disarray, particularly when it comes to oncology?
I don't think they have proper machinery to deal with this here. Or even if they do, it just lasts for a while and then it breaks. So I just think that the machinery, needs to be upgraded.
Okay, thank you very much, Jacqueline. Shahan, that's Jacqueline Luke. her sister Annie passed away last year. And as you can hear, it was quite a battle for her during this time because she was asked to go back and forth from one facility to the next. And it just seems like it really affected an already dire situation. She was already battling with the diagnosis of cancer and then had to further deal with these challenges. And that seems to be the case for many other patients at the moment. And that's why you have these advocacy groups like Miran, for example. We spoke to Mary de Haas, and she was saying that they're still fighting this battle just to ensure that these patients get the treatment that they deserve and don't have to wait 6 or 7 months like Annie had to.